sign comes to me. Try to stop the nightmares in my head. Stone, burning soul, scourge of the undead. Come on!
So you made it this far. Awesome. I'm ZOMBIEPIRATES99 and this is my top 5 NES games that I personally like. Let's do it. Okay, so I put together a list. It's 5 of my favourite. It's going to be games that, you know, you really enjoyed. What games really bugged you out? Which ones really, you know, spent so much time on, and you're almost ready to rage quit on them, but you kept going and you beat it, and then there was just that little satisfaction of beating it, and you start, I've beaten that game. So here we go. So here's my 5 favourite NES games of all time. Icarus, released in 1987, a platformer known in Japan as Light Mythology Platooner's Mirror. This Icarus game is one of them great titles that throws you straight into it. You start off in the underworld as Pit, a royal bodyguard from Angel Island, and the game evolves as you play it. It isn't one of those points games where you collect for no reason. You upgrade depending on how good you are at just staying alive, and collecting hearts as soon as you defeat your foes. This game is a must play, and if you were lucky to have this when it was released, the music instantly teleports you back in time. Next up on my list is Turtle Power on the NES, released in 1990. Originally named Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but was released as Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles for Europe. For some daft reason, someone thought it seemed a bit violent for our generation. Turtles was released for the ever-growing fan base of Turtle Mania. The game is hard as hell. It liked to punish you, especially in the dreaded damn underwater level. The Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles game took no prisoners. I can proudly say I've beat the game with the help of family back in the day. Turtles in a hard shell took the world by storm, and the game is no exception. Next up is one of my favourites from the list, Castlevania, released by Konami in 1988. This game, with the aid of Metroid, started the whole Metroidvania genre off. The game required expert timing, and if you think to stop, you suddenly had your ass handed to you. The controls are quite hard because you have to commit to everything you do, especially trying to dodge the Medusa heads. They are absolute bastards. Castlevania unfortunately had no save in progress, so once you turned the game off you had to start over again. Unless you were like me and you left the NES on all night, ready to play the next day and have your ass handed to you again.
Metroid. 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 Mother brain. And how could I mention Castlevania without mentioning Metroid? Released in 1988. And spoiler alert, Metroid is actually a woman. What a twist! And an excellent game set on planet Zebes, or Zebes, which in some ways reminded me of Alien. The feel of isolation and claustrophobia, and obviously the Metroid similarities to the facehugger. When Metroid the game is mentioned, people think of Metroid the robot. Or that's what I thought. Until I read the manual and found out it's actually a bounty hunt. But it did refer to Samus as a he, which was a very clever ploy, I tell you. So I've left the absolute best till last, and it's my all-time favourite, The Legend of Zelda. Released in 1987, a household name, a save and base game, but make sure you hold reset while you power off, or you could risk losing your save, or even worse, all the saves. And it wouldn't make you very popular with all the other users playing the game. The Legend of Zelda is considered an RPG even before I knew what an RPG was. That wasn't until I got Final Fantasy VII, but I'll leave that for another day. This classic came in a nice gold shiny cartridge and a full manual packed with artwork, a story and a nice map that could be pulled out and framed for future use, just because it looks so awesome. This game is absolutely brilliant. Part of your adventure is to collect all the pieces of the Triforce, and also collect items to aid your quest. These particular items can be found in some of the dungeons, or from buying from the greedy shop merchant, who just charges way too much. There are actually 9 dungeons in the Zelda game, even after you've beaten all 9 and defeat Ganon. But if you want to get to the second round without doing obviously the hard work and just start it off in a really hard mode, you can actually type your name in as Zelda, start the game, and you're treated to the second round.
Yeah man, I hope you had as much fun watching the video as I did making it. If you did like it, please hit the like button in the description, and if you're not already a member, please subscribe to my channel. If you've got a list of your own of the top 5 NES games, please also put that in the comments. I'd like to see your list and see what you think of your games, and yeah, and as always, thanks for watching.
Driving you insane. Welcome to the
Yeah man!